beautiful wife is here too, and I think she's broken down the kids.
Oh, good
Shut up. There you go.
Well, basically, before I tell you my story really quick, I wanted to address something while it's fresh in your mind. Nick Sarnicola, a dear friend of mine who just ended the video, asked a very important question. He said, are you a 1, 2, or 3? And so I'm going to ask you that question. Number 1 is somebody that just wants to take the challenge. Lose some weight, get fit, accomplish some goals, or get healthy. Number 2 is someone that'd like to take the challenge, but they'd also like to get their product for free. Number 3 is someone that would like to make money promoting the challenge. Now, okay, is there anybody in the room that is a number 1 that just want to take the challenge? Raise your hand. Awesome. Good. Woo! You guys stand up. And based on how much weight you want to lose or what your fitness goal is, fill out the customer app, and she's going to help you. Go with her. Anybody in the room consider themselves a number 2? You got 2 customers right around the corner. Glenda. Who is a number 2? They want to take the challenge, but they also like to get their product for free. Anybody? You? Okay. Just fill the form out, find out how much weight you want to lose, and then we schedule your 3 for free party. That's where we just watched the first half of the video, or we share it with friends and family. A number 3 is somebody that would like to make money promoting the challenge. Anybody in the room a number 3? Raise your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and fill out the form. Okay. Go ahead and fill out the form. Okay. Basically, my wife and I got started promoting the challenge January of 2011. And this is one of my reasons why. Say, my name is Josiah. Here's what happened to me. We had just came out of bankruptcy. We had just came out of repossession. We were hiding. Man, that's embarrassing. I've never been struck with that much shame. We were hiding the vehicle, all right? Because I knew if they found it, they would take it. Because we did not have the money to make the payment. And this was a vehicle that was a $12,000 car. It was a juice box. It was wrapped in Montague bottles. It was a little Toyota Scion XV. So they repossessed the vehicle on our anniversary. That was not a fun day at the Falany house. So fast forward until December, or actually fast forward to February of 2010. Does anybody in the room ever heard of Montague? You guys know what Montague is?
Yes.
Now my wife and I made $750,000 in the Montague business. Okay, it was a fruit juice, acai berry, 18 other fruits in it, and when the economy tanked, no one could afford it. Okay, so in February of 2010, my sponsor and my number 1 distributor left to come to Visalis. And they took 200 active distributors out of our team. And so now it's within 6 months, 40 of those individuals qualified for their BMW. 3 of my dear friends lost over 100 pounds. And they were begging me to come, and I was like, no way. I just could not see it. I was blinded. Self-admitted. It wasn't very wise, okay? Go ahead and say it, Price. You weren't very smart, Scott. Nonetheless, fast forward until December of 2010, we were bankrupt. We had gone from full-time in Montague to go out, and we'd both gotten full-time jobs. And I called Kyle Passetti. Kyle Passetti lived in Lake City with me. We ended up connecting for lunch. And I said, man, I just have one question. Is the money real? And he said, yeah. I said, man, ain't nobody where I live going to believe that. Because I had heard he was making $1 million in my salary. So he popped open his laptop. It was a MacBook Air. It showed me his deposits for November of 2010 were $117,000 in 1 month from Visalis. And I thought to myself, if he can make $1 million in Visalis, I can make $10 million. That's what I thought. Now, I did not tell him that. I still ain't told him that. Okay? Nor do I intend on telling him that. So, to make a long story short, we got involved. I weighed 327 pounds. Okay, I started, now my Monavie business was already in Visalis. I had 3 people that weren't in. I sponsored all 3 of them. And we went to work. Do not let anybody leave. If somebody's trying to leave, you backward. 5 more minutes, guys. Just give me 5 more minutes. Don't leave right in the middle of my story. I'm only 5 minutes. That's just rude, man. Go out the back door or something, but don't go out the front door. I'm just playing real quick. I'm easily distracted too. We got in and we started doing these challenge parties, making the video, making milkshakes, and I'm the guy that Kyle makes fun of. Okay, I'm the guy that made the worst tasting shake in the history of Visalis. I was putting whole oranges in it, whole apples, half a bag of shake mix. Man, I was doing all kind of crazy junk, man. I liked it, but nobody. They were calling it custard, man. So anyway, within 90 days, we could breathe. I got significantly out of balance for 90 days. Okay, I got stupid for 90 days, and at the end of 90 days, we made just over $5 grand in 1 month. Selling shakes. And within 6 months, we doubled it. By November, we crossed $30,000 a month in income in 1 month. I lost just under 50 pounds in that 1 year. Okay, by the end of the year. And my wife said, Scott, now you're 275 pounds, big boy. And if we can make this much money, how much money you think we can make if you take the challenge? So I took the challenge. January the 3rd, and for 90 days I drank 2 milkshakes a day, 2 snacks, and ate a sensible dinner. And I eliminated 3 things from my diet because I was extremely committed. No sugar, no alcohol, and no bread for 90 days. I even spent 3 days at his house and ate no sugar, no alcohol, no bread, which is virtually impossible for him. And lost 55 pounds in 90 days. Okay, so to date I've lost over 100. Last month they paid us over $65,000 just out of our position, my position, in 1 month. Now my doctor don't make that much money. My attorney don't make that much money. I don't know anybody outside of Visalis that makes that much money. Okay? And the reason I'm telling you that, here's one thing. What's your first name? What's your first name? Deuce? Lewis. Okay. Here's my goal. When I leave, or when y'all leave, whoever leaves first, here's what I want you to be running through your mind. Lewis, man, if that joker can do this, I know I can. Because I don't have a skill set. I don't have no college education. I've never been successful at nothing before. But this is it, man. We're going to get rich, man, selling milkshakes. ain't nobody in Newland selling, ain't nobody doing this. And then now I don't know this, but everybody that's doing this in this town is in this room. We penetrated less than 10% of the market in DeLand, in Deltona, in Daytona, in Florida. Less than 10% of the market. We got a lot of work to do. So here's what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you to join us. I'm going to ask you to join us and get significantly out of balance for the next 90 days. So that on December the, what's today's date? 12. On December the 12th, you can make $5,000 in 1 month or more. That's what I'm going to ask you to do because it's possible. This is the month that everyone gets involved and works in a home-based business. Summer's over. It's back to school. It's back to work. So I'm going to ask you to join us. If you are in the room, okay, and you are not a director, and you're in the business, if you are not a director, and you're in this room, if you go director, and I will help you, I will spend the next 24 hours helping you do this. If you become a director, okay, by tomorrow night at midnight, 3 a.m., by tomorrow night at 3 a.m., I'll personally give you an extra $100 cash out of my pocket, okay? And guess what? If you do it by tomorrow night at midnight, on Monday, the company is going to give you a check for between $500 and $700, and I'm going to give you an extra $100. The company is going public. Okay, the company Visalis is creating its own IPO. Okay, so we're gonna, it's $175 million. I don't even understand all of that stuff. All I know is it's really cool. So that's a big deal. But before I stop talking, does anybody have any questions about me, or about what we've done, or about the last year and a half, or about ViSalus in general? No question?
I got one question.
There you go.
Why didn't the meeting that I went to at the church wasn't like you?
What do you mean?
He's him.
Because you are much more fascinating. He was boring and went on and on.
Well, we'll just have to talk to him about that.
I'm more excited.
It's just, it just proves that anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Even my little girl can do it. What's your favorite milkshake? But good question. I mean,